nights, truths on the run. Buried secrets were the ones who came up for fun. Headstones in the graveyard where stories reside. We bring back headlines, no place to hide. Try to cover it, but we'll find no trace. Shadows and whispers, no escape from this place. Headstones and headlines, where the truth collides. We'll expose the lies, there's nowhere to hide. From the dirt to the grit, we'll make it clear. True crime uncovered, it's why we're here. The headline tells a tale of deceit. From the grave to the page, the truth reads. Cold cases, long leads, nothing gets by. We turn the stones, leave no questions why. You can run, but we're hot on the trail. Every secret's revealed, no matter how stale. There's stones and headlines, where the truth collides. We'll expose the lies, there's nowhere to hide. From the dirt to the grit, we'll make it clear. True crime uncovered, it's why we're here. In the dark of the night, we bring it to light. Every crime, every lie, every fight. No stone left unturned, no truth left unsaid. We write the headlines from the graves of the dead. Headstones and headlines, where the truth collides. We'll expose the lies, there's nowhere to hide. From the dirt to the grit, we'll make it clear. True crime uncovered, it's why we're here. Headstones and headlines, where the stories remain. We dig 'em up, we feel their pain. The truth is out, the case is closed, but our search for justice never slows.
Hey guys, how is everybody? I need to fix that intro. I didn't realize I had that cap cut at the end. Oopsies. Oopsies. Live and learn. Live and learn. It is good to be back. No, I was not in jail. No, my channel was not struck. I had some personal things going on. Some people know, but only those who needed to know. So I'm back though, and man, did I miss so much. And then I thought, because Betty seemed to lose things on Friday, and that's when I had a bunch of stuff that I had to do. And man, she's losing it. And you know, I would assume having 4 protective orders against you would cause that to happen. I know I would be freaking out and feeling some sort of way, but thankfully that has never happened and probably never will, because I don't act like a crazy person. I tend to leave people alone. I hate conflict. I run from conflict. I usually just complain by myself where no one can hear me. So thanks everybody for being here. Let me just go. And I did see Miss Blue. I wanted to thank her so much for getting the bottles for the kittens, the bottle feeders. Very appreciative. I did get them, I think Friday or Saturday they came in. I just haven't been able to go live. So thank you again. And the kittens also thank you very much. Let's see. So Ava was first. Hopefully Ava will be back. Cash, good to see you. BB, Troll Investigates, Arts and Crafty Days, Tracy Esme, Evie, Team Brittany, thanks for being here. Thor, I don't think she's headed to Tennessee. I feel like if she was, she would have left already. But then again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Tennessee is probably, I don't know. It's probably at least what, like 14 hours, maybe longer from Florida. It's like halfway between New York and Florida. So I would think like 14 hours, give or take. And Oki, let me get back over here. Thank you so much for being a member for 13 months. And I did also want to thank AMAC for creating my new intro song. I actually meant to send you a message asking if you have the lyrics, because I feel like I need to learn the lyrics. I mean, it's about my show. So who else is here? I'm like, I have a new setup, so I'm trying to get used to everything here. Karma, thanks for being here. Pookie, thanks for being here. Turtle Lou, Gina Marie. And I did see, I think it was a comment as as I was waiting to come live. Oh yeah. So the Terrell had said, I got burnt out from making BHB videos and shorts. I actually feel like the break was good. I don't remember the first time. I mean, I was screen recording when I could, but I think my first short I did was actually about the principal, or not the principal. Oh my gosh. School is starting soon. The judge who put a teen in handcuffs in a prison jail suit for sleeping in his courtroom during a summer camp field trip. And it was hard. And then, as I started listening to Betty a little more, I did clip a few things, but I agree with what a lot have been saying in comments. She does. She says the same thing over and over. She continues to defame and slander the parents of a missing child and the grandparents as well, and really anybody she talks about, because clearly she doesn't realize that she's just projecting. I mean, when she's talking about other people, she's talking about herself. It's uncanny that she can't realize that. It's uncanny. Yes, and as Amac said, please keep your coffee beans covered. Please keep them covered. And yes, Hinky, if you haven't seen Sinner's new short, please check it out. I totally forgot about Betty putting on, someone had bought her a tinfoil hat, and there was a shirt that went with it, and I don't remember exactly what it said, but I totally forgot that she had done that. So it actually went well with her talking about these mysterious lights. So, Betty, I don't know, maybe she's trying to get her own Betts files or something like that. Let's see, who else is here? I'm only a few minutes behind. Hey, Lisa, thanks for being here. Tessa, I didn't miss a single thing. Well, I missed a few things, and I will say I was able to listen. The only time I saw the deleted stream, which was only, I think, like 3 minutes, I saw on Real Housewives of YouTube, which is SoFlo and AMAC. That was the first time I had seen it, and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I do want to just have a little disclaimer. Do not drive by anybody's home, whether you have, you've known them in the past or not. It's just weird, especially when the person lives on a dead end / not very frequented street. It's a little weird. Oh, she shapeshifts. I would love to shapeshift. It reminds me of Twilight with Jacob and the werewolves. Yes, BNN has you covered for sure. Yeah, me, the jailbird. Yep, that's me. That's me. Although I do kind of feel like I'm in jail. There's not a lot I can actually do at the moment, but I'm just glad that I was able to get a new setup and go live for a little bit. I heard, Oki, I heard you jumped on a panel and kind of yelled at somebody. I haven't seen that yet either. Like I said, it's a lot, and I don't know. I actually finished a book. I've been working on this book called, oh my God, now I don't remember, Ashes of Snow. How can I not remember the name of it? It's a movie as well. I finally finished the book yesterday. I've been working on it for weeks, and I finally finished it last night. I was super excited. So I've been reading a lot more. I just started This Is Where It Ends, which is also a movie that just came out recently. So I want to read the book first. So I did start that today. Hey, Brantley, thanks for being here. Medgas Guy, Sherry, curious, good to see you. Corinne, oh, thank you. It's a 17-hour drive from Florida to Tennessee. So that's a pretty good hike. I thought she said she did it in 9. I mean, maybe. She clearly speeds and breaks the law. Yes, I did see that as well. She also doesn't have a lawyer. And I did get an email just before I went live. She has a new court date in Illinois on September 20th. There's a case management hearing. So a month out, she's got another court date. So I mean, I hope she's got a really good calendar app on her phone, because she is going to be busy. Oh, thank you, AMAC. I just saw your thing about the lyrics. Hey, Road Rash, how are you? Two Boys Mama. Hey, Kit, what's going on? Yeah, AMAC is the AI queen. That is for sure. All right, so let me just see. I'm going to just quickly scroll down. I'm almost caught up. Hey, Strutter. Oh my gosh. She needs to search for a bra. Listen, I have to wear a bra pretty much all the time. And she did have a t-shirt on today, so that was a bonus. Some of the things she's wearing, like, it just seems like it gets skimpier and skimpier. And I think as a professional, I would want to at least, cover the coffee beans. But the coffee beans seem to be spilling out more and more as time goes on, and it's just not very professional. I would be happy to send her a bra. I would be happy to. But there aren't any on her Amazon wish list, so I cannot do that. Oh, really? Curious? I had never seen her tinfoil hat before. Pretty funny. Yeah, I totally forgot about it. And I remember because she had put it on in her kitchen at one point, but when she first got it, she was still in her office, and she actually had the shirt on and then put the tinfoil hat on as well. It was pretty good. Yeah. Please keep your coffee beans in the right at all times. I agree. Aw, thanks, Corinne. I appreciate that. Shorts take so long to make, and the one about the principal, I thought it just, I was like, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. But I think it came out pretty good. But it takes a lot, for me, it takes a lot of time to splice everything together, make sure it flows. It takes a lot longer. It's easier just to go live. Excuse me. Hey, Jen Sparky, good to see you. Mary Jane, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Stoners. And no, not that kind of stoner. Well, some of us are that kind of stoner. I'm not. But I seriously think she knows she's in big trouble. I doubt very much she will be heading to Tennessee for court. I mean, and the thing is, there's no shame in admitting, like, I was wrong. But she doesn't think she's wrong. I truly believe that she thinks that what she does is admirable. I mean, the people, although today on TikTok, people were really going at her, like really going at her. And then, so she rage quit, and I thought it was her phone. Someone told me that they believe it was her doorbell ringing, so that's why she ended the live. Excuse me. And then she did come back on TikTok later, but then she made it subscribers only. So only if you pay like $3 a month were you able to actually watch the TikTok live. Thank you, Team Brittany. Listen for the live. Email me that too, because I'll probably forget. I don't have my notebook next to me, unfortunately. I agree, Corinne. I agree. Reading the books first is best before seeing the movies. Although I will say there have been some books that I have been very disappointed in seeing the movie. And one of them was a Jennifer Weiner book, I believe. And they changed the ending. And it made me so mad because the way that the book ended, that's the way it should have just stayed that way. But they changed it because they wanted it more dramatic. You know, just sometimes they can ruin it. But I agree. Hey, Try Me, how's it going? Oh, Karma, I don't think she got that memo because she has been live. I don't know how many times I sent her a message earlier, and I was like, the bitch is live again. Like, what? Like, do you not have anything else to do? I feel like she's got a lot to do. She's just choosing to go live. Yeah, she's definitely not a professional. Oh, there we go. She's a professional problem. She definitely has that on her resume, and a professional unprofessional. I agree with that as well. Hey, Sapper K, how's it going? Yes, I know. Too bad that I wasn't closer, so Flo, we could meet. But it's a pretty long trip for me. Well, it's a quick train ride, but I hope you have fun in NYC. Maybe you'll run into B. Tim down there. You never know. Heck, if someone was having a protective order on me and I knew 100% I was innocent, oh, heck yeah, I would make sure to clear my name. But she knows she's probably done some real bad stuff. And there's probably stuff she's done that's not on camera. Well, let me rephrase. There are things that she's done that she has not put on her live stream. And I think if she's doing these things on a live stream, what is she doing not on a live stream? Because it's probably a lot worse. And someone has to have it, most likely on a Ring cam or something like. And speaking of Ring cams, there's so many news stories that I want to talk about. And I just, like I said, I haven't been able to go live. There were 2 attempted kidnappings. I believe it was in Texas. There were a group of, gosh, I'm going to say like 8 to 10-year-olds. They might have been a little bit older, but they were all hanging out, summer day. And these 2 cars pull up and are trying to get them into the car, saying there's a football player in the car. So they come screaming. The one comes screaming to his house. They're trying to kidnap us. Thankfully, the mom was able to take a picture of the plate before the car sped off, because from the Ring cam, it was at a weird angle. And then the other one was a young girl had been being followed. So she hid behind a neighbor's car and then finally got the neighbor, banged on the door and said, this guy is scaring me. Like, these people are so brazen. So I think of, not that Betty's a kidnapper, but I can see her doing those types of things where she's being creepy and she doesn't care that there's cameras. Or she just doesn't realize that there could be. It could be one or the other. Yeah, I agree, SoFlo. It is perfect weather. Although it was a little bit cold overnight. I think it got down to like the high 50s, but it's definitely, I have all the windows open. It's like fall. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Shiva Ninja, thanks for being here. All right, so I am finally caught up. If I haven't said hello to you, hello, thanks for being here. Don't forget to hit the like. And if you haven't subbed, I hope that you do, because I don't just talk about Bullhorn Betty. I also do cases, stories that mean a lot to me. I have shared a few on my community page, and there are a few that I want to do shorts on. I just, like I said, I haven't been able to do it. So we are going to, what happened? What do you mean what happened? What happened? I agree, Curious. There's more. I definitely agree, because, I think of when she was live stream. Well, she didn't live stream. I think she videoed and then showed it later on a live stream of her driving around the community where Sebastian went missing at 3 or 4 in the morning, like looking into someone's garage and then saying, if they didn't have the light on in the garage, I could have seen better. Like, people don't do that. People don't do that, especially at 3 or 4 in the morning. If you're going to go and you want to see the way that lights are, go at like dusk, like when the sun sets. Why are you going in the middle of the night, early morning hours? That's just creeper. Oh, thank you. All right, Pookie. Sorry about that. Yeah, at the store, parking lot, wherever. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that, Jen Sparky. Good point. Of course, there was probably surveillance footage there. Interesting. Creeping. Yeah, I call it skulking. Because she always skulks. She always goes like at weird times, weird hours. Creeping. She is not TLC. That is for sure. She is not TLC. I believe that was TLC, right? And I creep. Yeah. Okay, anyways, talk about creeping. We're gonna take a look at Betty's TikTok that she did earlier, which I don't believe she's actually uploaded to YouTube yet, which I don't think she will, but you never know. And I apologize, it is really skinny. Actually, maybe I'll make myself I'll make myself smaller so she's a little bit bigger. It's only about 30 minutes, so we're gonna go through this, and then I did have her live from this morning up, but I don't think I'm gonna cover it just because I haven't watched it yet, and I know she's been really slandering and defaming these parents. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I agree. She is looking rough. I mean, even from a year ago. Yeah, skulking. All right, so let me get to the right window here. Oh my gosh, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Gosh, that's bringing it way back. Yeah. All right. And I will put closed caption on just so we have it.
She was having problems breathing. We're hearing that there was a neck injury.
Okay, so she starts the live talking about, this is actually a story that I had seen that I wanted to talk about. The Texas couple, so I'm actually going to share this article first before we get to Betty talking about it. The Texas couple who fed their teen daughter smoothies, hoping that it would cure her life-threatening injuries. And seeing the mugshot for the mom and stepdad, or mom's boyfriend, I think it was stepdad. Oh no, boyfriend, it says right there on the screen. Mom was like smirking. I just thought it very, like, it was just weird. So this is from the New York Times. Texas couple fed smoothies to injured daughter who later died, police say. Miranda Sips, 12, suffered for 4 days before dying while her mother and her boyfriend failed to seek medical treatment for her. Both are charged with a felony. A Texas mother and her boyfriend failed to seek medical assistance for their sick daughter and instead fed her smoothies as she battled life-threatening injuries for 4 days before she died on Monday. The couple, Denise Belmaneda, 36, and her boyfriend, Gerald Gonzalez, 40, of Pristine, Texas, quote, basically confessed by telling the authorities how Miss Belmaneda's daughter, Miranda Sips, 12, was injured and that they failed to act. They were both arrested and charged with causing serious injury to a child by omission, a first-degree felony. They thought they could nurse her back to health. We do not think they wanted the attention that this would draw to them if the little girl was injured, which is strangely ironic. I agree. They're getting a whole lot of attention now. Miranda, quote, experienced a trauma to her neck, Sheriff Soward said in a news release on Friday. Although the authorities have not determined the exact cause of the injuries, Sheriff Soward said earlier that the injuries were so severe that Miranda was unconscious for 4 days and was able only to, quote, flutter her eyes and move her hands a little bit, end quote. Miss Belbaneda found Miranda alive, but unconscious and unresponsive. Instead of seeking medical attention, she and Mr. Gonzalez had her lie, quote, on a pallet and tried to nurse Miranda back to health by feeding her smoothies, vitamins, and supplements, which she could not swallow. Like, who even thinks of, like, what? You're unconscious, unresponsive, your eyes are fluttering, you're clearly in distress, but we're gonna try to give our daughter vitamins and supplements and smoothies. Miss Belbaneda was released on $200,000 bond Thursday evening, while Mr. Gonzalez remained in the Atascosa County Jail on Friday in lieu of $200,000 bond. Sheriff Soward said that the charges could change as more information is released. Efforts to reach Miss Belbaneda and Mr. Gonzalez for comment on Thursday were unsuccessful, and it was unclear if they had legal representation. At around 8 p.m. Monday, Miss Belbaneda finally called 911 when Miranda, quote, completely stopped breathing, end quote, and tried to drive Miranda to the hospital. Emergency workers met them on the side of a highway in Atascosa County near their family's home in Christine, about 45 miles south of San Antonio, according to the sheriff's office. The child died in the hospital 2 hours later. So this is a case that I will be looking at. I had seen it. Actually, I think I mentioned it during one of my lives last week because we were talking about another case and that one had shown up. And it's just, I mean, the anguish and pain that this little girl had to endure because her mom and her mom's boyfriend, like complete idiots. And they thought they could nurse her back to health. I mean, come on. What are they trying to hide? I mean, and not that they're guilty. I mean, they are guilty of not getting their daughter help, but how did she get injured? It may or may not be due to their actions. That's what I'm saying. Just completely out of control. Yeah, and that's one thing, Lisa, that they're not disclosing. And I did look for updates. There aren't any updates as of today, but they were waiting on autopsy results and to, further investigation. I'm sure, though, that the parents know what happened to her. Yeah, exactly. Neck trauma. I mean, just out of control. Out of control. Yeah, exactly, BB. How could she drink smoothies if she was unresponsive? Right. I mean, I don't even understand people. So that is, Betty did do a video on it. And I watched the video before the live just to see if I wanted to show the video. And she talks about, what I just read in that New York Times article. And then she shows a court TV clip for like 5 minutes. So it wasn't anything spectacular.
But other than that, we haven't learned a whole lot. We have learned that it appears it wasn't due to school or her cheerleading, leaving many people to try to figure out what went on inside their home with her mother and her stepfather. I did do a video.
Right. And again, it's not for anyone to try to figure out what happened. That is what law enforcement is doing right now. That is what law enforcement is doing. And based on what the sheriff said, it appears that the mom and mom's boyfriend seem to be forthcoming with information. Maybe not all the information, but they basically said that they did nothing to help the little girl.
On that, I will be doing an updated video in the near future on this as well.
I'd love to see the updated video because there's been no updates in several days.
And of course, we have Dee Warner. Dee Warner was recently found after 3 years on her abusive husband's property.
So, Lisa, and I actually didn't read the rest of the article just because I wanted to get back. So it does say here as well, let me just go back to this so we don't have to look at Betty the whole time. Sheriff Soward, who confirmed there had been, quote, calls for service to the couple's home in the past, said that he believed that the couple did not want the police coming to their home. He described the home as, quote, untidy, unkempt, sort of dirty, end quote. Monday was the first day of school for the Jordanton Independent School District, where Miranda attended junior high school and was a cheerleader. The Jordanton ISD is currently dealing with the tragic loss of one of our junior high students, the district said in a statement. In our junior high library, we made counselors available for anyone who may need or want help or assistance. Oh, and that was the end. So she was a cheerleader. Which I guess, they would have to rule out but there's no information. So again, Betty is saying that it it wasn't apparently due to the, her being a cheerleader. We don't know that. We just know that it was a neck injury that her mom failed to seek medical attention for. Hey, Love Louie, thanks for being here. And I tend to agree with you. Betty won't care about this case because the parents are in trouble, so there's no one for her to harass. Right. Right. Hey, Remy, how are you? Good to see you. And so Betty also talks about Dee Warner, which I was not aware of this case. This was from several years ago. And so I am going to look into Dee's case because Betty already is talking about the case, not knowing key information about the case. Key information that anyone could know just by reading headlines.
In a, I can't remember, it's like an Andranus or something like that tank. It's a tank that...
It was propane. It was a propane tank. And I am going to just rewind her a little bit. I do have an article about Dee as well that we're going to just take a look at so that if you haven't heard of this case, you will, be familiar with it and know what Betty should know. So, autopsy performed on remains found on Warner property, officials awaiting formal identification. And one thing that I want to mention is the reason that Betty is going to be talking about Dee's case is not because she cares about Dee, not that she cares about, what happened to her, that her husband is accused of taking her life. What Betty cares about is comparing Dee's case to the case of Sebastian and what Betty believes happened to Sebastian, because she feels that Sebastian's stepfather is paralleled to Dee's husband. It is appalling. I was listening to some of it and I just kept saying to myself, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These cases are not paralleled. Not at all. It's bizarre. She's clearly delusional. Hey, AP. Let me get back over here. Would love to know your thoughts on the Rockwall ISD SA situation in Texas as you are a teacher. I don't know, AP. If you want to email me, even just a link or, the just to remind me, I will take a look, but I have not seen that. I don't think. There's a lot of stories, like I said, I've wanted to talk about, and I just haven't been able to. I thought it was a tank that contained liquid fertilizer that wasn't used any longer. So I had initially thought it was liquid fertilizer as well. And then one of the more recent articles had said propane tank. So I guess, either way, it was some type of, storage tank. So it says officials, let me just make this a little bigger. Officials conducted an autopsy on the human remains found on one of the Warner properties on Tuesday, but have not been able to confirm who they belong to just yet. But her family has made a statement that they do believe it is Dee. Michigan State Police said Tuesday the Jackson County Medical Examiner conducted an autopsy on August 20th on the human remains found in a tank on property belonging to Dale and Dee Warner, but a positive identification of the remains wasn't confirmed. Michigan State Police said further testing is needed, and it should be done in the next few days. The findings so far also couldn't confirm a manner of death. Friends and family of Dee Warner, who went missing in 2021, believe the remains are that of their beloved mother, sister, and friend. They told 13 Action News that there are a few more procedural boxes to check before police can identify the remains. The Michigan State Police are obviously working very hard, said Catherine Adams, the spokesperson and family friend of Dee Warner's family. Essentially, they just have a couple more boxes to check before they can issue a positive identification. It's not that they have failed. It's not that they have ruled anything out. It's just there's a little bit more to the process before they can, make official confirmation to the public. This comes as Dale Warner, Dee's husband, faces murder charges in her death. He was charged in November 2023, and the case has continued to play out in the courts. He's pleaded not guilty, and his trial is scheduled for next month. A point of contention in the case up until this point was that investigators didn't have a body for evidence. The courts declared her legally dead earlier this year after lengthy court proceedings that began when the family first filed a petition to establish death in 2022. Investigators found the remains in a tank meant to hold chemicals for fertilizer for crops while executing a search warrant on the property on August 16th, 2024. So this does say hold chemicals for fertilizer for crops. Another article I had seen had said propane. A spokesperson for MSP said Monday's search was not a result of a new tip. Investigators went over their files and wanted to check the area again. That is interesting. So that again was from yesterday. Well, actually, it was updated today. And that was from 13 Action News, so WTVG. Yeah, curious. I agree. It's another angle to go after those parents. She's relentless. That's a great way to describe her. Relentless. And thank you, Sinner, for sending me that article. Oh, see, and I'm glad I have people in my chat because, like I said, I still need to look into this a little bit more. The break came when one of her relatives remembered seeing the husband using welding equipment, which he never did. The feds ran video of husband by this person. He suggested they look for a tank. Wow.
On her abusive husband's property in a I can't remember, it's like an Andranus or something like that tank. It's a tank that's filled with some type of chemical in it. I don't know really what it was used for, but her husband had pried that tank open and re-welded it shut and then painted it to obscure.
And again, I need to look into what she's talking about. I haven't read that he repainted it, etc., but until I do look more closely, I don't know if she's telling the truth or not.
Her being inside after 3.
Oh, it's anhydrous? Is that how you pronounce it? Anhydrous?
Years, a lot of community, a lot of friends and family. Now, mind you, Dale Warner, her husband, also stalked people that were looking for her and trying to find information out. There's her family had to finally go to the.
So this is where, again, Betty doesn't care about Dee at all. And this is where this sickens me because this woman lost her life allegedly by her abusive husband. And Betty, again, is making it all about her. Dee's husband allegedly stalked people who had information or were looking more closely. Now, Betty is saying, I'm being stalked by these parents because I know information. I'm getting close to cracking this case. No, you aren't. No, You aren't. And to make this about her is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, thank you, Troll. Anhydrous ammonia. Okay. Gas nitrogen, basically.
Reports and have the
I was not good at science and chemistry. I couldn't even get through chemistry in high school. So, I mean, I know how to pronounce it, but I have no idea. I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
courts deem her deceased, so they could start forcing police to prosecute.
And no. The reason they wanted, and this I know because I heard it on one of the news clips, and please correct me if I'm wrong. The reason they wanted her declared deceased is so that they could give her a proper burial, that they could move forward with life things that depended on her being declared deceased. I don't believe it had anything to do with the police being able to prosecute him. He was under arrest. He was going to trial, regardless if they found her or not. Is it good that they possibly did find her? Absolutely. And it's even, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to make it sound positive because it's not, but finding Dee gives her family some closure. They know what happened to her, where she ended up. And for Betty to say that the reason, no, that's not why they had her declared deceased. Betty, you're wrong. You're wrong. Oh, really, Lisa? I mean, I guess that's a good thing, right? The idiot sealed her up like a tomb so evidence was intact. Yeah, and kept her. So unsettling. I mean,
Dale. And he was arrested in November, I believe, 2023. And he's been in jail since. And we're coming up to him being there almost a year. So while they had already charged him with these crimes and he's awaiting trial, it was after he was charged that they actually located her body. This is obviously sad. Many people believed it was her husband, Dale. There was a PPP loan that was taken out where her name was forged on those documents that acquired $1.5 million in funds, in fraudulent funds that Dale was the primary beneficiary of. So there was a lot of things going on in Dee Warner's case. And I really think we need to look at Dee Warner's
and I apologize.
Case.
Her internet was not working right.
Chris and Katie.
Right. And so this is where she is so batshit. She's trying to create parallels between these two cases, and there aren't any. There aren't any. And it's really disrespectful, in my opinion, to Dee Warner to even think about this. They have a mutual daughter, so I think a lot of declaring her deceased officially really affected the daughter financially and legally. Right. Life things that had to happen. BB says, Kim was the absolute worst, only passed in high school because of grade inflation, failed/withdrew from Chem for science majors multiple times, passed Chem for non-science online with a lot of help from Google. Yeah, when I was in high school, we needed 3 Regents exams in each of the 4 core subjects. So we needed 3 science, 3 math, 3 English, 3 history. And so it was chemistry or physics. I ended up taking physics and I passed with a 65. But if I hadn't passed that physics regents, I wouldn't have graduated because, well, on time at least. I would have eventually graduated, but just not on time. But yeah, I am not good at science at all, which is interesting because science and math are so closely related. But I have no idea. No idea what's happening.
Are a part of. This is their son. This is Katie Proudfoot. This is Christopher Proudfoot. Apparently, Christopher Proudfoot was.
Oh, and one thing I did want to mention because I had seen it, I believe it was late Thursday. Well, maybe it was her live Thursday. I don't remember when she did this thumbnail. It could have even been Friday, but when she did the thumbnail of Mrs. Proudfoot with the blood on her shirt and Mr. Proudfoot with a shovel, she is such a bitch. When I saw that, I wanted to post it on my community page, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to post this because it is so vile and so disgusting. You have protective orders against you, and you're making not statements, but you're making visual representations that these parents did something. She is, you know, I say it a lot lately, but she is such a bitch. And just vulgar, vile, disgusting. It was such poor taste. Just complete trash. She says, you know, she's been on her kick with, you know, the trash channels. They couldn't even work at 7-Eleven. They're so uneducated. Uneducated people do things like she does. Betty. No educated person, in my opinion, would make a thumbnail like that. None. Yeah, Lisa, I know. Finally got served. You can run, but you can't hide forever. Oh, and I just saw another comment. That is, so Team Brittany said that is often the reason missing are declared deceased in court because most of the time no assets can be moved, property needs to be sold, etc. And to keep it all legal, it's very sad still. I agree. Yeah, and for her to say that the police couldn't move forward because they didn't have D is just blatant misinformation. They were moving forward. He was going to trial next month regardless. Yeah, BB, New York. They've gotten better. You don't need as many state exams to graduate, but they require all students to take state exams to graduate. Whereas when I was in high school, they had 2 tracks. You had your regents and your non-regents. I was regents track because I was planning on going to college. Now all students need to be regents track, which is, in my opinion, the worst thing they could have done. Yeah, and yet she still has them up, Remy. They're still posted. It's right because they're AI generated and they are meant to depict real situations. It's disgusting. So disgusting. Yep, I saw that too, Arts and Crafty. She is going pro se regarding the protective orders. So why is she asking for money if she doesn't have a lawyer? It was my understanding, and again, I've missed a lot, so she could have said something different. It was my understanding that the lawyer was to sue the Proudfoots and Bowerstocks civilly. She was going after them for violating her civil rights. For, quote, malicious persecution. Did she say persecute? I think she said prosecution, not persecution. So malicious prosecution. So she wasn't using a lawyer necessarily for the protective orders. She was using a lawyer to sue them civilly. That was my understanding, but I could be wrong. Hey, Jordan, thanks for being here. I don't know the answer to your question. I don't know. Yeah, she needs money for her hotel and food and gas. Yep, probably. She asked for a lawyer to pay someone back. Right. Okay, so the one live I did see, she said she needed a lawyer, so she was going to be collecting funds for a lawyer, and then in the same live, probably the next sentence said, "I've got a lawyer. I just need to pay this person back." And then it's like the other morning she said something like, "I'm meeting with the lawyer to discuss something." And I'm like, "Wait. Like, just stop. Just stop." It's, I don't even know. I don't even know. What lawyer would take that case without a $10,000 retainer? Someone said she got $2,500 from someone. That's what she said. She said she had to pay somebody back for fronting her money. But again, I'm still behind on, I mean, I haven't seen, besides what the Real Housewives did on their live the other day, and her first live from this morning I watched, and this TikTok, I'm way behind on her lives. And I probably won't ever catch up because she goes live so much. Congratulations, note to self. You did. I think you got a gifted one my last live. I can't remember though. It was either my last live or the live before. I thought Beth said she hired. Yeah. Oh, right. Because that's, you know what, Two Boys, I think that's right. Because that's when she said that stupid teacher said that no lawyer would take my case without meeting with me in person or something. And so she said, she talked to him over the phone. Okay, and the lawyer was contacting Sumner County courts. Beth's cannot. I mean, she went from kindergarten to 5th grade in one sentence. I mean, at least remember what grade you're in when you're being asked to walk a straight line. The lawyer is either from Temu or the Dollar Tree. At least it's not from Shein. I like Shein better than Temu, although I was on Facebook the other day and they had this comforter, this duvet set with cats on it. So of course I go to Temu, even though I hate the wheel. Like, you have to do the wheel and you have to X out and it's just a pain. I like Shein because there's none of that rigmarole. So I had all these things in my cart from Temu and I'm like, don't do it. So I deleted everything and I left. But I'm thinking her green screen looked like it was a piece of paper to me. So that could be from, Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree. I think AMAC had said a Dollar Tree tablecloth, something like that. Yeah, it's hard to know when to believe her. And the thing is, I don't think she even knows. I think she's so like in a fog. She just believes what she's saying. It's crazy. Hey, Orion, what's going on? I don't know what she's lying about today. I mean, she's got some, facts wrong, and she does rage quit. So we'll get to that eventually. Yeah, Lisa, I noticed that. Almost a 4K. Yeah, I'll celebrate when I get to 5K. That's my next celebration, 5K. So if you haven't subbed, please do so. And if you haven't liked this live, please do so as well, because help me get into that algorithm. I was thinking maybe she hired BoJack Horseman. Is that a real person? I'm guessing not. I agree, girl next door. I said that in my post too. Any attorney would tell you to shut the F up. And then, of course, she had to twist it around and start complaining about, you know, other creators. And it's like, worry about yourself. Oh, there we go. A Temu shower curtain. That is a pretty ugly shower curtain. Pretty ugly. All right. Let's get back to her.
At work and 3.5 hours away from home, where his stepson and wife were residing. They went to bed around 9:30 p.m. and seen or heard the front. So I have to think that that's pretty similar to what, you know, would have happened inside that home. We also learned that the dogs never go get in the cage when Chris is not home. Katie sleeps with the dogs in the bed with her when Chris isn't there. So this is a lot of hurt, and maybe you guys can help.
All right, so I am going to kind of just skip through. Oh, wait, she just said, maybe you guys can help me. Okay, let me just, I want to see what she wants help with. I am going to skip over a lot of the stuff about the Proudfoots because, again, none of us know the truth. Someone knows the truth of what happened to Sebastian, but none of us do. And her bad-mouthing them is not going to change what happened. It's just going to make her look more ridiculous, and I'm not about that. Not about it. Hey, Deborah, thanks for being here.
Me with. I heard, this is a rumor, but I'm trying to find out if this rumor holds water or not. And so I heard that there was a live that Clue, Chris, and Jules, the dog handler, were on prior to Sebastian missing. Did anybody else hear that?
Wow, she's talking.
There was
really
a live stream that revealed that to me at Bullhorn Betty at what I'm talking about, the live stream that these people were allegedly on before Sebastian Rogers disappeared. Would you kindly email that to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com? I was hearing it, and you know, I didn't.
Oh, she just wants them to help her with. Okay, so we're gonna just. Again, I haven't. I was screen recording this and doing other stuff. So I'm going to just kind of an actual camera that was drilled onto the side of this person's home. Corner. Okay, so now she's giving addresses. Hopefully. Well, here's the thing, Betty. Let's see what she says about this camera.
Corroborate. We have the surveillance video. It wasn't a Ring doorbell camera. It was an actual camera that was drilled onto the side of this person's home, and it was pointing to their vehicles and their boat to make sure that nobody monkey-effed with their property there. They were right on the corner of Kellen and Stafford.
Well, let's hope that this surveillance camera that was put up so that people wouldn't, mess with their stuff, maybe got a glimpse of you when you were skulking around the neighborhood. I mean, if she was smart, she would have, made sure she wasn't seen on that camera. But what I've heard is that much of the community has gotten more cameras and more surveillance. And again, I don't know that to be fact because I don't live there. That is just something that I've heard others say, that because of what, with Sebastian going missing, that they have been more proactive and, have installed cameras and things like that. So hopefully, they'll have her on camera.
And they got this. It appeared that the car tried to stay out of the car. It wouldn't have camera, but it was 40. But that had changed around 10, and one even went to bed dark. And then it's the same. She says the same crap every single live. Every single live. All right, so I'm just gonna skip through. She says, she has done a couple of lives where she's talked about other cases. There was one on, I think it was TikTok. I saw it. She had talked about quite a few different cases, and then she had gotten to Sebastian. But, I mean, she just can't help herself. She has to talk
talk about it. So we're going to just, okay, so, all right. So this is where I'm going to start. I think she does talk about, you know, Sebastian's case a little bit, but this last bit is what I wanted to get to.
Asked and demanded their sheriff to say something, and he absolutely.
Oh, let me just rewind, because this is where she gets into Sheriff Craddock. And here's the thing. She knows nothing about law enforcement in Sumner County. She can pretend she does all she wants. Yes, they're assigning one detective to Sebastian's case each day. So there's always a detective on the case. There's always someone doing something, looking into it. Different eyes every day, because like, you know, with Dee Warner's case, they looked at the case again. They, you know, asked more questions, and they were able to find where Dee was. Same thing here. Having new eyes on a case can bring more information or more questions to answer, different leads, things to investigate. So with her bad mouthing this sheriff, she has no freaking idea. No freaking idea. And I hope she gets to meet him at her stupid gathering of voices. And I call it stupid because that's what it is. If anything, law enforcement should just ignore them and let them carry on. It's not going to change anything.
All he wants to know.
Thor, that's kind of what I was getting at too. Let me get back to, where's that comment? Oh, here. I hope that Sheriff Craddock is the first face that she sees when she crosses the Sumner County line. I mean, if I were them, I would just ignore her, because any attention is positive attention for Betty. And if you ignore her, it's going to make her so mad. It reminds me of JLR had done a live, I think it was last week, where he was talking about a YouTuber. He was talking about Betty, but he wouldn't say her name. He just said a YouTuber or some YouTuber. I mean, that had to have just got her so mad. So mad. Could be Sheba. She's mentioning other cases so she doesn't appear so obsessive. But the thing is, this TikTok live, she talked about Miranda for 2 minutes, maybe 3 tops. Then she talked about Dee Warner for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. So she's trying, what she doesn't realize is she's trying to possibly make it seem like she's not obsessed, but she beelines right for it. Just beelines right to it. Yeah, Betty is real smart running her mouth before court. She's been running her mouth. And was it today? I think it was today. Today, she actually didn't say allegedly. She said that the Proudfoots did something to Sebastian. And it's like, you can't say that. And she keeps bringing up being cleared. Like, so-and-so was cleared. So-and-so hasn't been cleared. They need to clear these people. It's my understanding, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, people can only be cleared when a crime has been committed. And in Sebastian's case, there is no evidence of a crime being committed. So, with that being said, no one would be cleared because there isn't anything they could have done at this point. He is doing a great job at ignoring her, yeah. Aw, Purple Haze, I'm so sorry to read that. I'm so sorry. I don't want her to be arrested because that is going to, I think that's going to make her 100 times worse. That's what she wants. She wants to. Ellie hasn't said a crime has occurred, and I'm not bashing him, but okay. Got it. Right. So also nobody will be cleared until Sebastian's case is closed. That is true. Hey, Callie Cat. Love the name. All right.
From Eric Craddock is, are you further along today than you were on February 26th? And this man refuses to answer, just like he refused to answer.
And like this comment, and I know I have the closed captioning up. I probably should have, not had it on. But this comment says the law got paid off. Like, seriously? Oh, here, this comment, it's Melissa. Man, she was on a roll. This Melissa said, what are you actually doing to help? You're just talking about it. Why aren't you searching? So, and there was 242 people watching during this.
When we were asking him, is anybody from Chris's family working in his sheriff's department? This is very, very uncomfortable for a father of a missing boy to learn that the stepfather, which may be involved, has family that works in the very department that's investigating the case. But they won't answer. They won't answer. The community.
And again, they don't have to answer anybody. They're doing an investigation, and someone is grilling. It's so nice here. I have the windows open and I just got a whiff. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Now I want a burger. Anyways. Right, exactly, Ava. Law enforcement is not obligated. Where's that comment? Isn't obligated to give any information in an active investigation. Exactly. I love all the subs that go in there, state the obvious and resulting in her losing her crap. Today, though, it was usually on TikTok. It isn't this bad, but there was a lot of people in there like, why are you yelling? You say you're not drama, but that's what you're doing right now. And then others are like, just ignore them. Like, why are you even addressing them? Oh my gosh, right, Corinne? I just got a whiff and I was like, oh man. Yeah, I mean, it has to be horrible, Lisa, to have to live in your head in fear of everything, and it's all made up in fantasy. She needs help. I mean, that's on her. I mean, I wouldn't want to be afraid all the time.
Community has asked and demanded their sheriff to say something, and he absolutely refuses. So people in the community have reached out to me. There is going to be a vigil in honor of Sebastian Rogers on Saturday from 2 to 5. The bikes are meeting at the Fallen Brewery, I think is what the name of it. You're just going to have to wait until I'm off my live. You wanted to play, so it is what it is. Sorry, Charlie.
And I do want to do a disclaimer here. At this point, in like a minute or so, Betty turns her camera off. You're not going to be able to tell. You might be able to tell a little bit, but TikTok actually, when you stop your camera and come back, it actually slices it pretty nicely. She starts getting very agitated with her puppy Delilah here. Very agitated. You can hear Delilah whimpering. She, tells her, you wanted to play. You're going to have to deal with it. Continues to ignore her. I don't know what happened when she turned off the camera. But again, knowing Betty, she only turns off the camera when something is happening. I think back to the Idaho 4 when she had the altercation with that man in his truck. When she spit at that man. She first muted it and then she turned it off. Thankfully, Olivia was at a different angle and we saw exactly what happened. So I just want to do a disclaimer here. I don't know what Betty did. It was my assumption that she may have done something to Delilah. Whether it was throw a toy at her, push her, I don't know. I don't know if she did anything at all. But what I do know is that she turned her camera off. And based on Betty's past practice, something most likely happened.
The Fallen Brewery, the kickstands go up at 3, and then they're going to go back to the Fallen Brewery. And the Fallen Breweries, there's going to be some food and stuff like that there. If anybody would love to come out and support Seth, support Sebastian, this is a great cause to Sebastian's honor. All proceeds that are raised from this prayer vigil and this, I can't remember, celebration ride. I think I got it on my phone. Hold on, let me read it. Is all going to go because many of you guys know that Sebastian Rogers was a major animal lover. And yes, we hear you, honey. It's not going to help you. I listened to crying.
And this is where, I mean, and again, I get it. Animals can be annoying sometimes. I always tell my cats, go find something to do. Like one of my cats, I have a walk-up attic. She always wants to go up there because I think there's chipmunks or probably, other little critters up there. So she sits at the door crying, trying to dig at it. And I'll be like, Batty, go find something to do. I mean, I tell my cats all the time, go find something to do. But it's the way that she says it that just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I get irritated too. I probably sound like that sometimes. But also, if one of my cats was whimpering or wanting to do whatever, I would say, okay, hang on a second. When my cats are fighting, I'll say, hang on a second, cat fight. I'll go do what I have to do. And then I come back. And if it was serious, I'd be like, okay, y'all, I gotta go. Gotta go. Or throw a ball. Like usually, I mean, I do throw cat toys at my cats sometimes when they're fighting and I'm not able to get there fast enough. I'll like take not a hard cat toy, like a toy mouse, or I'll just throw it towards them and be like, try to distract them. But right. And she's promoting an animal. Where's that comment? Here. She's promoting an animal charity. It's not going to help you. Right. And that's where I was like, I don't know. Let me listen to that again.
And this, I can't remember, celebration ride. I think I got it on my phone. Hold on, let me read it. It's all going to go because many of you guys know that Sebastian Rogers was a major animal lover. And yes, we hear you, honey. It's not going to help you.
Right. We hear you, honey. It's not going to help you. And again, not really malicious, but still kind of getting annoyed. Clearly, the puppy needs something. Attention. She might have to pee. I didn't see this live, but someone had commented on one of my videos that apparently Delilah went poop in the house. Betty commended her for going potty, hopefully on the puppy pads, and then just continued her live, which I get it. If you're in the middle of something, you can't immediately go, but if you're next to where the dog went to the bathroom, just be like, hang on, guys, I got to go clean up poop. No big deal. If one of my cats puked right now, I'd be like, ugh, hang on, everybody. I need to go clean cat puke. I don't understand why she I don't know. And again, I don't know Betty. I don't know what she's thinking, but I feel like it's like if she had to do that, it would ruin her perfection or her professional, even though she's not professional. It's bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me. Well, that's true, Sinner, too, you know, coming from a normal person. Like if I had said, you know, like, well, I have a cat. She's actually sitting, she's on the table on the other side of my laptop right now. And say I have another cat that just ran in and say they started going at it, right? Or they started bugging me or doing something. And I said, you know, clawing my computer is not going to help you right now. You're not going to get my attention. Most likely, though, I would be giving them attention. I would be petting them on the side, like, come over here, stop, you know, clawing my computer, come over here. Or like when I've had cats run across my computer before. And I'm just like, you know, they just ran across my computer. Like, they're animals. They do crazy stuff all the time. Excuse me, sorry about that. Maybe Remy, the McDonald's hamburger, I mean, it could have given her a bellyache. Especially, you know, the grease. I mean, it gives me a bellyache sometimes. So I agree, Yvonne. And that's not the puppy's fault. The puppy doesn't have boundaries. I mean, Betty said it herself. They do everything together. They sleep together. They go to the store together. You know, Delilah follows her everywhere, which is great. But at the same time, you have to train them. Like my cats know, one of my fosters, who is now mine, she's mine permanently, she would go on the stove all the time. And I was like, no, you know, I have to keep saying, like, get down. You get down right now. She still jumps on the sink, which drives me bonkers. But, you know, we're working on it. Work in progress. At least she's not on the stove where she could die. You know, the sink, she'll just, you know, she drinks out of the dirty dishwater, which is gross, but whatever, you know. You have to train them. Like, you can't just, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I have cats. I don't have dogs. I grew up with dogs, and I just know that all animals, they need to have, there's certain things that they can't do. They have to learn. And self-aware Delilah is her puppy that she got, I think a couple of months ago. And I also think that Delilah was taken from her mother way too soon, but again, that is just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Because based on the birth date and when Betty got her, she was only about 6 weeks old. And in my opinion, that is too young for a puppy to be taken from its mom. But again, just my opinion. She had time to take the dog out before her stream 5-minute walk. Right. I mean, I've had to change lives because, you know, whatever. Cats are fighting, or I don't know. I have one cat. She's being so behavioral lately. She's pooping on the floor. It drives me bonkers. And she's doing it in my dining room because that's where she hangs out. She's one of my ferals. She's pooping on the floor. Her litter box is right there. She'll poop in the litter, but then sometimes she just poops on the floor. It's like, why are you pooping on the floor? She's ruining my hardwood, but it is what it is. You know, I mean, I can just tell her, like, bad cat, but cats have short-term memory. They're not going to remember. And I would assume that dogs might be the same. If you know, like with my one cat pooping on the floor, I don't know when she did it, because usually I find it when I wake up. If I was to yell at her for pooping on the floor, she's not going to know why I'm yelling at her, because it could have happened hours before. So I usually just say, bad cat, Lippy, bad cat. And I point at her poop before I clean it up. She probably doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I still say bad cat, bad cat. Yeah. And there is a pack order for sure. Calicat. That sounds like a calico, because they have the calico. Or, well, I have torties. Well, I have one calico. I have several torties, and they have the tortitude, we call it. But I definitely agree. Oh, I do have the self-cleaning ones. Yep, sure do. But I also have, you know, just normal ones, because cats are picky. They like what they like.
Listen to crying puppies all day long, every day. It's not going to help you. Go find something to do. It's going to.
I hear. Okay, now this is where I was like, she says, I listen to crying puppies all day. Oh, and I forgot to put the closed captioning on. Back on. She says,
yes, we hear you, honey. It's not going to help you. I listen to crying puppies all day long, every day. It's not going to help you.
I listen to crying puppies all day long, every day. Well, if your puppy is crying all day long, every day, that means there's something concerning. If my cats don't meow a lot. They meow sometimes. One of my torties meows at me all the time when I call her name. But if they were cats don't really whimper, but if they were making noises that weren't normal, I would call the vet. If your puppy is crying every day, all day long, that means there's something wrong. Either they're not getting enough attention, they need to go to the bathroom, they want to go outside and go potty, they're hungry, there's a health issue. I mean, there's many things that it could be. And yes, it is paused right now. Yeah, that too, Remy. I mean, again, not my business, but puppy needs to go to a vet. That's the first thing, at least in the cat rescue, the first thing we recommend to adopters is that they make an appointment with their vet to have their cat checked out, because we have vet care, we give them vaccinations, etc., but always have that first appointment and get that animal established with your vet. And I doubt, and again, it's my opinion, but I highly doubt she will get Delilah fixed, nor will she get Delilah her vaccinations, which are imperative in my opinion. Oh, okay. Note to self. Okay, now I get it. Yeah, Delilah does. She's whimpering for a little bit more. Yeah. Actually, it's probably a little bit.
Go find something to do. It's the rescue ride. That's the name of this. It's the rescue.
No way, Hazel Eyes. Did she really? I hope not.
Ride. And the rescue ride is 100% of all proceeds will benefit Michaela's Mutt Motel. Michaela's Mutt Motel. And the following breweries at 1761 Jardco Drive in Clarksville, Tennessee, 37040. And that
right, Brantley. And parvo it's similar to distemper in cats. And I've had kittens get distemper. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you don't know it's coming. And it spreads so fast that, thankfully, the kittens that I had that, they had distemper, I was able to kill the virus quick enough that it didn't spread to the others, but it's horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And I know that there are more vaccines for dogs than there are for cats. But you have to bring your puppy to the vet. She's had this puppy, I would say, at least a month, if not almost 2 months. Like, the puppy needs to see a vet. And if you can't afford to bring a puppy to the vet, you shouldn't have a puppy. And again, just my opinion. But if you can't afford to bring your animal to a vet or to get vaccines and to get fixed, you shouldn't have a pet. Just my opinion.
That starts at 2 p.m. and they'll make it back to the Fallen Brewery by 5 p.m. where there's going to be food and drinks to follow. So if anybody would love to come out there and support this animal rescue, support Sebastian Rogers, support the people that are trying and working hard to find information that will lead to this poor boy's whereabouts, please come out there and join us.
So this is where she turns the camera off. And it's hard to tell for how long because the way TikTok works, it kind of just splices it together. And she comes back.
Apparently she wants to, don't come in here. You've done enough damage, lady. You've done enough damage. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. I think you need to go find a life. Stay off my channel. I tried to tell you girls I didn't like the drama and you guys wanted to bring the drama. You told me you were drama free and you lied to me.
And again, Delilah is still whimpering. She still needs something. And I can only imagine if this was a child, a baby. And Betty is just going along, dealing with the drama. And I don't remember exactly who came into her chat. Oh, Barbecue Lady. Oh, and Betty was actually friendly with Barbecue Lady for a little bit, and now she is not friendly with Barbecue Lady. So Barbecue Lady came in and said, hey, I have a question. What's the reason why you think I cook food for catering in my trailer? Like, just a question. And Betty gets pissed. Oh, and here, this Carrie Bear says she was, quote, filming for her show. She doesn't actually care about this child, just click and views. And then someone says, if you're going to profit off of this kid, at least search. Well, that was weird. StreamYard just completely died. All right. Well, now we have Bets back. We got Bets back. All right. Not too much longer. I think there's like 8 minutes left of the live, and then we'll wrap things up because somebody is still grilling and it smells so good.
Lady, you've done enough damage. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. I think you need to go find a life. Stay off my channel. I tried to tell you girls I didn't like the drama and you guys wanted to bring the drama. You told me you were drama free and you lied to me. I don't want.
OMG. You girls told me you were drama free and you lied to me. Bets. You are full of drama. And so I'm guessing, just my opinion, that Barbecue Lady and friends found Betty to be very dramatic and said, nope, not doing it. Nope, we're done. And Betty got mad.
Either one of you.
Hey, Jerry.
You lied to me. One thing I can't stand is a liar and a thief. That's a good way. You'll never, ever, ever be a friend with me if you ever lie.
Well, then you must not be friends with yourself because you are a big liar.
Lie to me or steal from me. Period. I don't like liars and I don't like thieves. So there's that. Then you can go too. Bye. Bye, boo.
And then Polish Princess. Hang on. I'm like missing comments. So Polish Princess must have maybe got blocked. Hang on a second. So somebody says, did you just hit that dog? Another person says, my dogs are now whining, LOL. Polish Princess says, then stop harassing her. You brought the drama. You lied.
If you want me to, I trust me, I don't need this channel for crap. Okay? If you really want me to, I'll turn all the comments off. You don't know how I roll up in here. I'm not with your drama BS. Take that crap to the trailer park where you belong and stay the hell out of my channel. If you don't like it, then stay away. It's pretty simple. Nobody cares about you. Nobody listens to your nonsense. I'm not going to deal with it. You're sick. Yeah.
Here's the thing. She's not listening to them because they're not speaking, but she's listening or reading their comments. So she's acknowledging their comments. If she just kept it rolling.
Go away. Shoe fly shoe. I told you not to bring that drama. And you guys, these women on here are full of drama, piss and vinegar. I'm sorry. This is a 15-year-old boy, not your stupid feelings. Not your stupid feelings about this boy right here. Not about your drama. Little girl.
And it wasn't even like a malicious question. It was just like, I heard you said I cook food for catering in my trailer. I mean, she's so worked up over a simple comment. Like, just block her and move along.
Miss Pennsylvania, don't piss me off.
Thor, yes, this is her TikTok. Yes.
I'm over the drama and the BS. Let me tell you.
She's over it.
So anyways, let's get back to the 15.
I don't know who this Melissa is, but she says, you literally talked about your heartache over JLR on a stream with Sebastian's name. And Melissa is not wrong. Melissa is not wrong.
15-year-old child that's missing and away from all.
Remy, I think she's still there. I think Delilah's still there.
All these people's bleeding hearts about themselves.
You.
Sick, twisted women up here.
Sick, twisted women. Let me see where your comment is. Give me 1 second. There it is. First time in chat. She reminds me of those people on TikTok and YouTube that do nothing but beg for money and yell at everybody in their chat. Well, that is exactly what she is, Peaches. First impressions are definitely on par. Yes. She'll come piss in my yard. Well, I mean, if that's what she wants to do. I mean, I live on a highway, so a lot of people are going to see her ass. You know, but she seems not to have any shame.
Sebastian absolutely loves animals. Join us as we give back to Michaela's Motel, a veteran-owned and operated dog rescue in Clarksville. $25 donation per ride, which will include a custom t-shirt, a bracelet, and a meal.
She did. She was yelling, and then I thought it was her phone, like an alert on her phone or a reminder on her phone that went off, but someone in my comments said it was her doorbell. So I'm not exactly sure, but she did. She gets pissed and she ends it.
Following the vigil. That's a good deal because most of the shirts themselves are $25. You know what I'm saying? They're $25 and you're getting the shirt, a bracelet, and a meal. So if you guys would like to come out and show support for Sebastian.
And so someone says, why not answer her question, though? You talked about her. So again, the chat is just still, I mean, they were pretty relentless
for his father.
today.
Tell these hate channels and drama people to F off. Come out and join us. Because I got to tell you, there's nothing I hate more than somebody bringing drama on a poor boy's name.
Oh, God.
See, the problem is they don't get my attention and I'll block them in a heartbeat because I don't care.
But she, okay, that's a lie. She just said, let me just go 34. She said, the problem is they don't get my attention and I'll block them in an instant. But she just proved that's not what she does because she saw Barbecue Lady and it appeared to be her backup channel. And she's giving her attention still. She's still giving her attention. She should have just blocked and moved it along.
In a heartbeat, because I don't care about them. I care about the cases. And I want the people on my channels that also care about the cases. When you're tired of the drama, move the drama out. I don't have the palate for drama. I'll tell somebody to get bent real quick. And trust me, when I start getting into a fight, nobody likes it. All right? I try to be nice to these people.
I'll tell somebody to get bent real quick. And when I get in a fight, nobody likes it. Okay. Okay, tough girl. Yeah, you're claiming you were afraid to leave your house for 2 years. I mean, come on.
I tried to be respectful to these people, and these people didn't want that. They wanted the drama. They wanted the chaos. They wanted the clicks, and they wanted the views. I don't roll that way. Okay? That's why nobody will ever be talking about them. They'll never, ever be in any type of broadcast. Nobody values their opinion. Why? Because they're a hot mess express. They're a hot mess express. And if you don't like me, be an adult and scroll on by, because I don't need your viewership. Okay? Again, I'm here for this boy right here. And anybody that comes over here should be for avocation of the missing, not for the BS TikTok bullcrap. I'm not here for that. If you're here for that, you're probably part of the problem on these platforms. And I'm going to call the audience out just like that, because in all fairness, you guys drive this. If you turn that garbage off, it wouldn't be happening. We could stay factual on these cases. But these people have no education, and they're talking about true crime, which needs...
Right. We have no education, and we're talking about true crime. She doesn't know anything about anybody's education. And correct me if I'm wrong, Betty, you dropped out of high school. So you don't have a complete education either, do you? And look how mad she is. Look at her face. She is so mad right now. She's so mad.
Needs education. So you can see where our
talking about true crime does not need education. You just need to be able to research, find information, have some type of intellect to talk about the cases, to bring forth something interesting. What shows me that people who discuss true crime have no education is when they attack the parents of a missing child, because they have nothing. That's all they have, is to bully, harass, and be a complete bitch to the parents of a missing child. That's a pretty uneducated thing to do, in my opinion. Because an educated person would say, we don't know what happened. Sure, we can speculate, we can have our opinions, but to deliberately attack and harass and claim that this mom and stepdad did something, that's uneducated. That's my opinion. So Betty, you're the uneducated one that should not be talking about true crime, because you don't talk about true crime. You just accuse and make shit up.
Problem lies right there, is because they don't have it here. You know, they don't have it here. They only have it here. And this right here doesn't do anything for any of us. Okay. We need people thinking outside the box. We need people providing maps, providing their opinions on where Sebastian Rogers might be. We need people talking about if they saw Chris and Katie. I don't have time for this petty BS crap on TikTok.
Well, here's the thing, Bets. You clearly do have time for this petty BS, because you're still talking about the petty BS for the past 5 minutes.
Talk, or YouTube for that matter. There's a 15-year-old boy that's missing that needs to be found. When we find him, then we can have our pissing contest, okay? But until that day happens, stay the heck away from me. I avoid drama like the plague. Everybody says I'm drama. No, I'm not. I address the...
I avoid drama like the plague. Everybody says I'm drama. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Listen, this is drama. You are being dramatic right now. You are being dramatic.
The drama. I shut the drama down. I block the drama. You see what I'm saying? I block the drama.
So there's that little, it was like a little tone. I thought it was an alert on her phone. So it goes off once, but then it does it again, and that's when she stops. So we got 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up.
Just like that V just came in here. Guess what? Block. I know how to do that. I'm not going to argue with stupid idiots. You know why? Arguing with an idiot makes you look like an idiot. So I don't argue with them. I just block them.
But she didn't block them. Like, does she not realize that what she's saying is not what she actually did? I'm not going to argue with an idiot because then I'll just look like an idiot. So I don't argue with them. I just block them. But you are arguing. You're still going on about barbecue lady. And she's probably not even in the chat because someone probably did block her.
Shoot, fly, shoot. And that's what everybody needs to be doing on this platform. We're here for Sebastian Rogers. We're not here for barbecue lady. She's a nasty woman that can't even take care of her.
Well, I can say someone is barbecuing right now, and it smells really freaking good.
Himself. And we're going to trust her with a case? Dude, I'll stay away from you with a 10-foot pole. You know why? Because I don't know what kind of cooties you got. Go back to your mutts. Never mind. Just meet us at the Michaela's Mutt Motel. They got a place for you, honey. They got a place for you. Right in the cage next to the other sellers. Just saying.
What a bitch.
Just saying.
Maybe they should put you in one of those kennels. Tame you up a little bit.
So at the end of the day, hey, she started it, right? I don't go into her chat.
But I thought you don't argue with idiots. So how could someone start something that you ignore?
She needs attention from my chat. She'd never get 284 people without acting.
Okay, so then here Melanie says, knock it off with the slander, Betty. Your words mean nothing anymore. Kudos to Melanie. Kudos to Melanie. I completely agree with you.
Like an unhinged lunatic. You guys are I swear to God. Grown-ass women can't control themselves. What a shame. You know what? I'm just going to, if you guys want to talk, you guys can subscribe. Because I'm done with this. There you go. Anybody that wants to talk on my channel, I don't.
Okay, so this is where I hadn't realized she put her live on subscribers only. So there's this countdown. I didn't realize that this thing right here, I was only getting a preview for 30 seconds. And then I would have to subscribe to watch the rest. Well, just as the time is ending for the live preview, she gets that sound again and she gets pissed off and ends the live.
I don't need this. There you go.
Hey, Truth Seeker, how are you? Long time no see. Little
problem
dove.
solved. I can get on with my show. Bye, guys. So at the end of the day, we've got Eric Craddock, which has been leading this investigation. He's had an opportunity to have resources in, and he's chose. All right, I'm clearly not going to get through this. So I'll be back here in just a few moments.
And that was it. That was it. So that was Betty's TikTok live, which, interestingly enough, she has not uploaded to YouTube as of this moment because I just looked at my notifications and did not see it. So very interesting indeed. So I'm just going to look at comments quick and then I will wrap this up. I agree, Michelle. She is a B. She is a B. And yes, Sinner, I am against putting people in kennels as well. I would not, literally have her be put in a kennel, but she needs to be knocked down a few pegs for sure. Hey, Bernadette, drama-free bitches always talk about who or what went down behind the local Chili's. Oh, gosh. I will never look at Chili's the same. I will never. Actually, Mexican sounds good, too. I have stuff to make burritos. I might make black bean burritos with rice. Yes. And someone had asked who Barbecue Lady is. So, Barbecue Lady... Yes, curious. And actually, so Barbecue Lady, I learned about Barbecue Lady through Betty because Betty was on her panel on TikTok. That's how I learned about her. So I don't watch Barbecue Lady a lot. I'll check, the other day she was live. I checked it out for a second, but it looked like she was in a restaurant or something. So I'm like, not really interested. But Betty was all up in that. And then I don't know what happened. It's my opinion that they probably saw that it was a bad idea to associate with Betty, and they said, bye, see you later. And Betty just, I mean, she's been going at her since. And she did. She said Barbecue Lady had a catering business and she was cooking her food with cat hair, like letting her cats climb all over the counters while she was cooking. Well, here's the thing, Betty. And I think it was yesterday, she was feeding Delilah potatoes. Well, attempting to. Delilah didn't want the potatoes. But Betty was trying to give Delilah potatoes. Delilah didn't want it. So Betty then took the potatoes and ate them herself. I'm sure other people do that, but if my cat or dog was to slobber over food, I'm not going to eat it afterwards. Like, that's just gross to me. You know, if I give my one cat Lucy, she loves mozzarella cheese. She hears the drawer where I have the cheese sticks. She hears that drawer, she comes running. If I was to give her a piece of cheese and she didn't eat it for some reason, I'm not going to pick it up and eat it. Or if I gave it to her and she's licking it and she's like, I don't really want it, I'm not going to pick it up and eat it. Like, no, gross. It's going to go in the trash. It's, you know, it was bizarre. It was bizarre to me that she did that. But that's just me. That's just me. She hashtags Dr. Phil in her YouTube life. She adds a lot of people in her description. It's weird. It's weird. And it's people who she's bad-mouthed. Like, why are you, you know, tagging someone who you clearly don't like? Maybe Art and Crafty Days. She might be getting served again, although she claims that Barbecue Lady's in Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean, rage quit Betty. I feel sorry for whoever called her. Which day was that? And so, hey, Hope for Snoopy, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm a few minutes behind. And Purple Haze, she actually did that the second. So she didn't come live right away on TikTok, like she said. It was a while later. So I started screen recording it, and then it was the same stuff about slandering the Proudfoot. So I was like, forget it. I'm not even going to screen record. But it wasn't very long. She put it on subscriber only. So I couldn't watch it anyways. She forgot to do it. So she said from now on, she's going to have her lives on subscriber only mode, which is, if she's looking for, you know, if she's a true advocate who wants these cases to get the attention and views that they should have. I mean, the views went from over 200 to like 150 in seconds. I don't know how many people she has subscribed there, but if you're not a subscriber, not only can you not chat, you can't watch the live. And I don't think she realizes that. I think she thinks it's like on YouTube. If you have subs only subs can chat. On TikTok, if you're not a sub, you can't watch what she's saying either. And I have a screenshot of that on my community page that I shared earlier. Because I was like, dang it. But I guess it's a good way to get money if people really want to watch her. Oh no, Truth Seeker, I'm not sure what's going on, but I hope things get better. Oh, this TikTok was from today. It was from earlier today. She hasn't been on. Oh, she's been live on TikTok. She's been live on TikTok. Let me look real quick. So I was screen recording her at 1:42. So like it must have been, let me look how long so I was screen recording for like 22 minutes. So she went live at like 1:15 this afternoon Eastern. So like 6 hours ago. Just over 6 hours ago. Yep. So she was live on TikTok. TikTok. And she's always complaining about TikTok, yet she's always going live over there. I know, right, Miss Blue? You want to torment her? Pay her. You want to torment me? You're going to pay me to do it. Oh, really, Michelle? She said she was bringing Delilah to her mom's today. So maybe she is going to drive there. She might be leaving, she might be driving at night. I know I don't know. Yeah, when she gets mad, she gets really vindictive. I agree. Spiteful, like very spiteful. Oh, she said the potatoes were over salted. Weird. Yeah, exactly. Animals lick themselves. Nope. Nope. Dogs typically don't just eat potatoes, maybe carrots, and she's going to have a problem if she starts to plate feed. Yeah, she said it was weird. She had said, I'm not going to feed her scraps from the table when I'm eating because I don't want her to learn that. And then seconds later, she picks her up and then tries to give her potatoes. Yes, and Little Dove, if you need Pookie, just let me know. Just send me an email and I can get you in touch with her. What? She did Pippi Longstocking? She reported barbecue lady to the food inspector? You're kidding. What a bitch. Maybe she should report herself to the food inspector. Oh, okay. So the one that Delilah had been licking is the one that fell down into her bra and then she picked it out and ate it. No. Oh my gosh. I mean, I could see, I don't know if I would do it on a live stream, but if I was eating and something fell down my shirt, I mean, I might, I don't know. I don't think I would eat it. Usually I'm covered up though. Like I don't usually, have my coffee beans hanging out on a live stream or in public, on a daily basis like she does, but aw, really? One of them, it's hurting her to eat, Pookie? I know, the taters. I've never given kittens taters. I've always made slurries, but I don't think I've ever given any of my kittens potatoes. Snoopy, the TikTok was from today. It was earlier today. Brittany, is this a relationship channel? I know, poor Jack. All Jack wanted to know was if it was a relationship channel because she was talking about JLR. That was last week, I think, right? Oh yeah, I think that was the live I did Thursday last week. Oh really? Dogs are not supposed to have onions or garlic. I've heard garlic is bad, even seasoning. I agree. I feel bad for Delilah. I mean, just to hear, she clearly needed something and Betty just didn't give a shit. She was more concerned with the drama happening on TikTok. Right, Corinne. So what she usually does is she will do her TikTok live, and then on TikTok, lives don't save. You can download them. You also cannot rewind TikTok lives. So usually when I get the notification, if I'm able, I'll start screen recording, and then just, if I'm doing other stuff, I just do other stuff while I'm screen recording. But then she usually uploads those TikTok lives as videos on YouTube, but she didn't upload either of them from today. And the second one, someone was trying to, well, not trying, but they were reporting her live for harassment, bullying and harassment. And so she was trying to argue it during the live. All right, almost to the end here. Yeah, I know, Michelle. I mean, she's come after my real life. And I mean, my real life knows all about her now. So, if she had just left me alone, no one would be the wiser. Oh, Pookie, I don't even want to talk about her eating stuff out of her hair. I don't even know what that's about. Ugh. Yeah, I agree, True Jedi. It's the cleavage is a little much. Oh, really? Grapes and raisins are also very toxic for dogs? Thanks, note to self. I agree. It was fun. It's always fun. And I'm happy that I was able to go my 2 hours. I'm just over. I'm going to end this momentarily because I wasn't sure, but I got through my 2 hours. So I'm going to try again tomorrow to go live about some of the cases that I've been seeing the past few days. I'm going to give Betty, the break she needs because she's annoying and she talks about the same stuff over and over. But this TikTok was especially fun because she rage quit because, something happened on her phone. So I'll just be doing clips of her unless something, especially egregious happens. Yeah, another 5 hours. Nope. I remember there was one live. Actually, I've done one live. Sorry, there's a train going by. I have the windows open. When I was hosting with the other creator last year, we had gone, I think, 5 hours. Maybe it was more than 5, but I was like, never again. So 2 hours, 3 hours tops, not going more than 3 hours. So thanks everybody for being here. It was really fun. And I agree with what some of us said earlier. Betty, it's the same old, and she needs to start concentrating on her real life because she's got a lot of court dates coming up that she needs to be prepared for. So thanks everybody again for being here. I do appreciate it. And if I don't see you on these YouTube streets, I will see you all on the flip side.
I got the juice like a snow cone. Ice in my veins and a cold flow. I'm getting cash overseas by the boatload. You wanna ride my wave? That's a no-go. Senoritas going loco. Make it bounce like a pogo. All my haters see rojo. They big mad cause they coming up short like Frodo. Activate the beast mode. I keep it hot, give your brain a heat stroke. You ain't a big shot, you some basic B-roll. The world is mine like my name's Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a millie, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for piss stop. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my style. dreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top two. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers to my shit splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Ooh, got the party jumping like crisscross. Ooh, got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Ooh, pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stop. Ooh, got the party jumping like crisscross. Ooh, got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Ooh, pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my strong